Like I said, the department has talked about downsizing a dog, or the dogs, period. We've got 2 dogs on days. We have 1 dog in narcotics, and me, I was on midnights. So there was not a dog on each shift. I know the narcotics guy does come in from 11, from like the evening shift. But as far as a dog on each shift, there was still 2 dogs on days. I was on midnights. And basically there had to be a dog either called in on seconds or the narcotics guy. As far as the usage of a dog at this department, if you go back and you check as far as how many times the dog was utilized, or dogs are utilized, it's not that much. I enjoyed working my dog. I enjoyed working my dog for the city. It's something I wanted to do, but as far as the usage of a dog in this size city, I had him for several years, working him on the street. It was not that much. And all I asked is consideration in receiving that dog. They had already talked about downsizing. That's the only thing. He's part of my family. That's why I was asking to take him. And I would assume all responsibility for the dog. That has been done in the past at this department. We got rid of a narcotic dog. He was not sold. He was a young dog. The handler took full responsibility of that dog. Was he cross-trained? No. Does he have teeth? Yes. But the department did relinquish the dog to that handler. All I'm asking is I have served this department for almost 6 years. I'm not saying y'all owe me anything. I'm just asking consideration for my partner that my family and I have grown to love.
Charlie, Mr. Coleman, what's the age of our other dogs? Is this the oldest, youngest, in between?
No, he's probably he's going to be the oldest.
Okay.
But that being said, if I was going to downsize, and Heath will tell you this, I wouldn't get rid of, if Heath was staying here, I would not get rid of his dog. That's not the one I'd downsize with. He's probably the best dog we've got, to be honest. And Heath, I had to say that.
I agree. He's a good dog.
Best all-around dog.
He's a good dog, and like I said, all I'm asking is consideration. He's not, to me, just a tool of the department. He's my friend.
All that is fine, but to be honest with you, that's not why I'm in agreement of doing this. I'm in agreement of doing this because this officer is leaving. It is an opportunity to downsize one. All the other stuff is fine, and if you're going to downsize one, what better than to give it to an officer that's leaving that can take proper care of it. That's the only thing I've got to say about it.
Has Ms. Peters reviewed all the legalities of this?
She's rebuilt it to the best of her ability.
My personal feelings on getting rid of a dog, a younger dog, that is an asset to the city, is an asset to this community. And I know about a dog being part of your family. I lost a dog not too long ago. We have gotten another one, and it is a part of our family already. And it's got to be heart-wrenching to think about losing that dog. But also, I know you guys have got to understand, it's like fostering. And I've had grandparents that fostered children, and when they came back and got those children, when the parents came and got those kids, it was like taking away an arm or a leg. It was like they were part of their family. But if we want to downsize, let's come to an agreement to downsize. But this dog has a lot of life left in it, a lot of working life. It is an asset. It is trained, and it should be doing what it's been trained to do. And we should, at least first off, if we're going to downsize, do it through other municipalities and see who other municipalities, if other municipalities need a dog or a dog rather than. And I understand.
I got no problem with doing that.
Yeah,
I
and I understand where you're coming from, sir. The thing is like I said, he is the oldest out of the bunch. Inspector will tell you he is a shepherd, which comes with the possibility of maybe next year him showing signs of hip dysplasia, which in turn can cause a cost to the department. That is indicative of shepherds. It is not a matter of is it going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. He is the oldest dog out of the bunch. That's why I went to the inspector, talked to him. He didn't see a problem at the time. And like I said, after the fact, I feel it was just strictly spite because the dog had been wanted to be, or the dogs had been wanted to be cut loose anyhow, some of the dogs.
You said that several times. We have never, as far as I know, Inspector Coleman and I have never talked about downsizing. The discussion was never taking place between me or anybody else other than when Officer Kaufman decided he wanted to take the dog with him. First discussion I've ever had about downsizing with anyone. Yeah, I did get mad, so we just cut them out if they don't want to work.
No, I talked to you about it when we had 5. Why do we need so many dogs?
And we cut down
Yeah,
by one.
but I talked to you about that. You know, I know you're not for downsizing. You want more police cars, you want more dogs, you want more everything. But I have to look at the financial responsibility. I got no problem, Alderman Lowry, of writing a letter to every single department in the county and asking them if they would like to have a dog first, if we decide to downsize. If not, let's forget it and let him keep it.
Like I said, I'm just asking for some consideration to keep a part of my family. If y'all so desire to either keep him at the department or sell him, that is y'all's decision, and I'll have to live with it. But I appreciate y'all's
We
consideration.
can't sell a dog, can we? Can we sell a dog? We cannot sell it.
Because
And
you
all we
got to
can-
put the
so-
military, you got to put the military, so you can't
Right,
sell it.
right.
I would say we need to check with other municipalities first, if that's even what we decide to do. But I mean, and I haven't been serving this board too many years, but this is the first time I've ever remember ever bringing up the issue of a dog. I'm not too sure this just isn't something that needs to be resolved internally and have an agreed upon policy on how you want to deal with dogs going forward and follow those procedures and put it to rest.
Barbara Peters told me that technically if I want to get rid of the dog, I'd get rid of the dog. But in this situation, it would be better to bring it to the board and let y'all have an opinion on it.
Well, I mean, that's your prerogative.
No,
I mean, so.
I'm just telling you what she
Well,
said. And I
we've
told
never
her,
had I don't ever remember us discussing a dog before. I mean,
you're right.
It does seem if we've been the beneficiary before of dogs, that if we were going to downsize, that we would want to reciprocate in some way. Same kind of thing to another municipality that may be needing them.
Could we agree then, that if we search another municipality that would be interested in this dog, to pass it to them, and if not, if at some point after a search or questioning them, if no one is interested in it, then we could release the dog?
Well, it wouldn't have to be this one if he's our best one.
That's
I do, right.
He's our best dog.
I mean, I appreciate the fact of being attached to a dog. I mean,
Hey,
I can understand
right,
that.
right.
I really do, and I don't think,
Right.
I want you to think we're sitting here wholeheartedly
No,
not ignoring that fact.
Like I said,
I appreciate
y'all have
that.
to look at it as a business standpoint,
Well,
and I understand that.
Yes, and no.
I'm not. I'm not
It's-
looking at it as
I
a business
understand.
standpoint.
I understand.
As Chief Douglas said on Barbara Lapidus, everybody's got an opinion.
Well, okay, for that fact, and I'm going to read this release here, and this thing is the word paper it's written on. Okay?
Probably not.
I'll say that, okay? So,
Nothing
here we,
written on that.
uh,
A man's word ain't no good at seeing trained work with dogs.
I tell you, one of my concerns, not only with Chief's dog, is that I trained all these dogs to fight people. So if you don't think that when they find out it's a dog, and not that he would lose control of one of them, and it would bite somebody. But if it does, and they find out the city of Millington had it, they're coming after the money. They don't care about he ain't got no money.
Well, I'd like to put this agreement to bed, so I'll move that we accept the agreement, so we can either accept or disapprove. So I'll make a motion that we accept this agreement.
Are you making a motion that
We accept this agreement.
retiring the police dog and releasing it to the dog trainers?
That's correct.
So, Mr. Mayor, you have a motion on the floor to...
I'm waiting for a second. Fails for lack of a second. Thanks for your consideration, Chief.